All right, distinguished gentlemen, welcome. We have decided to invite you here at the Cabinet, the top executive body in the island, to take this opportunity to express our gratitude for the contribution that you have made towards the development of our art form, the soca music in particular, jam band music over the last 40 years. I'd say that you know, rank up there in terms of contribution with Sir MacLean, of course the late Sir Rupert, as well as King Obstinate, Sir, what's his first name again? Paul, Sir Paul King Obstinate Richards. And we want you to know that we are very proud of the contribution you've made, and we felt that it's important for us to honor you. Cabinet has decided that we'll recommend each of you for a knighthood next independence. And again, as you know, this is the second highest honor, barring a national hero. And it's in keeping with the fact that we believe that you have made a significant contribution in terms of advancing Antigua and Barbuda, its music, literally taking the music beyond the shores of Antigua and Barbuda, even beyond the Caribbean. Not many artists within the region who sing soca and calypso and involved in jam band music carry the music beyond the Caribbean and its diaspora. And we just want to take this opportunity to wish you continued success, good health. You're still in your powers, still young, and I'm happy that we can reward and acknowledge your contribution, you know, whilst you're in the land of the living. We have also agreed to extend diplomatic privileges to you, so each of you will be given diplomatic passports. You are, in essence, cultural ambassadors for a country you have been for the last 40 years. So we're now legitimizing it by giving you diplomatic passports each. And we were told that 3 of you do not receive a stipend currently. That will be corrected. So from November 1st, effective November 1st, each of you will get a stipend. We may even review it. We'll have a further discussion in terms of the amount, and we will advise you of the precise amounts that you'll get on a monthly basis for the rest of your life. So again, well done. We appreciate you. In fact, I want to suggest, colleagues, that we probably go to Parliament and legislate these benefits. Because sometimes you have malevolent governments that would change policy. I'm told at one point there may be other members of the band who were receiving that little stipend, and the former administration withdrew the stipend. So just to make sure that no one comes subsequently and decide to stop it, maybe we need to go to Parliament, make an act of Parliament, institutionalize it for Sir Obsti. All the nights. I don't know how we all feel about that, but yeah. So again, congratulations and well done, and we're all proud of you. I'm sure my colleagues would want to equally express how delighted they are with your contribution. You know, I could say much more, but I would have said lots of it on Point FM in terms of your impact on, you know, my life and the happiness of our people. As far as I'm concerned, you have contributed more to the happiness index of this country more than any other of the last 40 years. But they may say that maybe I'm biased. Yeah. So, QT?
Yes, Prime Minister, this morning I'm extremely pleased and proud. I think I'm in a different position than most of the ministers here to talk about the burning flames and my connections. My connections go far, far back, Prime Minister. They all know what I'm talking about. There's been a connection. And Prime Minister, the growth of these gentlemen, from being young men who were just starting on their own, the simple guitar, bass, drums, and to the extent to which they've been able to influence music in the Caribbean over the past 40 years. Their obvious natural talent. They were supporting the Mighty Owl for many years, and they've gone out, Mr. Prime Minister, and I'm so pleased to see and to hear that many bands in the Caribbean playing and emulating the style of the Burning Flames. Prime Minister, I'm so pleased and happy to have been associated with this matter, and especially in the granting of what they earn knighthood to each of these young men. Prime Minister, many of the young musicians today will and can copy the talents of these dedicated musicians. Onion, Fox, the big man on the bass.
Right.
At one stage, Prime Minister,
He's a real big man, you know.
Wait, yeah. They said, Prime Minister, he did all kind of things, but he never missed a beat. I note. He magnificently, and of course.
But I'm saying he's a big man on the bass too.
And
You're not aware of that.
And everything, they play all the music, you know, so they play all the different.
But he taught Bubai the bass. Am I right, sir?
Yes, you are.
Especially with Arrow. I know
Yeah,
that for a fact. So, Prime Minister, my heart is full. And I'm going to pass those compliments on to you know who. And tell you that I'm happy.
Nice.
Had your mom been alive today,
True.
she would have been overwhelmed. For she too has been a burning flame behind your development.
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
Congratulations, gentlemen.
Sir Malwin.
Several years ago, I was in Germany, and I was on the Autobahn, going to do some business with the then head of our shipping business in Germany. And the gentleman turned on his radio to a station, and I heard "worky, worky." And you know, I was transported out of Germany back to Antigua. And I believe that is still one of the biggest hits that Burning Flames ever created. But the thing about it though, 40 years of excellence is not easy to maintain. And 40 years of consistent music with the creativity and the longevity of their appeal to Antigua and Barbuda, to the Caribbean and the international community is something to be celebrated. And I can say this is what you call an honor that was earned. There's a difference between earned honor and honor that are given for gratuitously.
Yes.
This is not a gratuitous honor, it is earned. And my looking forward raises a question, and that is, how do we preserve this excellence? How do we cultivate young people to one day take over? I would never want to see us lose the Burning Flames. What can we do, and how can we do it to perpetuate Burning Flames into another 40 years and into the future? And I think that as a government, we should have some interest in working with the existing members and the leaders of Burning Flames to see that we either recruit or get them trained, transfer skills, get them involved right now. Now, Unku, you're the leader, and I've had opportunities to work with you, and I want to thank you. When I was Minister of Tourism, we collaborated quite a bit, and everywhere they go, they draw a crowd. And I finally say this, if there is one area where we can match the best in the Caribbean, it's in the area of music generated by the Burning Flames. There's no better band in the Caribbean within this genre than the Burning Flames. And I am deeply touched and heartened that I celebrate this moment as a special moment, especially coming out of the grassroots. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Well said.
Commendations offered to the Burning Flames, the Fabulous Four. 40 years on, 17 road marches, hit songs after. We're still waiting for them to replant Nelson's Dockyard. They know that joke. Is when they had these jams in their dockyard and the people tore down all the trees. I can recall also as a youngster, the band coming to Liberton, the ballpark. I can recall them back in the day playing with PLM. My brother worked with the union AW, so I knew them from back then, when Bubai was still not seen beyond the truck back. So it's a long way to this point, and I think as we celebrate 40 years, 17 road marches, it's also important we celebrate today, where the government of this country recognizes the contributions you've made to the art form and to a culture in general. I don't think there's any denying that this is a deserving accolade, a deserving moment. I can see and feel, we saw it in Carnival when you put on your 40th anniversary show, or persons gravitated to the show and really came out in good numbers to support. I don't know if another 40 years will be had by these four, but I know that they have done enough work, if not worky, to allow Burning Flames to continue for another 40 years. And so I just want to join the commendations of the moment. Encourage you to continue to play good music, represent the country well. I know already there's a clamor for you in the diaspora for independence celebrations. We continue to provide that support, and the government continues. I mean, even from a party point of view, we look forward every Labor Day to see Uncle grace us on the truck to Fort James. I want to make a booking now for Labor Day 2026 with the sirs.
Yeah, the full
Full ensemble. I'm not read that. The sirs. That's why I said the sirs. I want to make a booking now as chairman of the party for a 2026 Labor Day appearance at VC Bird Bus for the City of St. John's and down to Fort James of these four soon-to-be minted nights. Again, gentlemen, commendations, congratulations. We love and appreciate you.
They grew up in potters. And these guys made their own instruments when they were little. Made their own instruments. I used to see them because through the gym, I used to be at the gym and see them. They made their own instruments. So that is where that was instilled in them. A lot of people probably don't know either, might not have known that our friend there played for Arrow. Oh, you may, okay, I missed that. But I remember distinctly when I joined the Lions Club, the first year there, I was saying to them, Lions Club always had a dance on the Sunday night before Juve, going into Juve. So I stood up in the club, I just came in and I said, there's a young band out there making a lot of confusion and thing, and a lot of young people following them. So I think we should look to bring them in. And I remember one of the older guys stood up and said, this is the Lions Club. We have a function every carnival. All you have to do is knock 2 sticks and everybody come in. That carnival, you could have run mongoose in here. Lions Club was playing, I think down at I think it was called the 69ers Club or something that year. And nobody was in Lions Club. Well, as I said, the rest is history. And they came into Lions Club from the next year. And that's how I pushed and got with them and worked with them all the way through. But I want to say that also that I want to congratulate them because they're not just a band. They are an experience. Very professional. And not only that, it is the only band that I know. By the way, they used to play outside the Luke's when they first started. Yes. Take the card and play on the Saturday when people come for Kung Fu. They got the experience of the Flames. But the other thing is, they're the only band I know in Antigua that without being asked to, would play for free before Carnival. Whether it's at Jam Pond or down later on by Joe Mike's. How many bands in Antigua would have done that? And they didn't have to because they were very, right up there, successful. So I think that in and of itself speaks volumes for them. And as I said, when they performed, it was not just the music, it was a performance. So I also want to congratulate them for staying together for so long. I mean, even though one may stray, come back every now and then. But it is important because how many bands in the 70s and 80s and so on, all the way now, where they start off as a group, and as soon as they get famous, 2 gone this way, 1 gone that way. So even more so, I think it is an example for all of us in Antigua to understand how important family is. And the fact that even though you got fame, you were able to stay together. So I want to join with everybody to congratulate you and to say that I noticed before you got knighthood, and because I was around you for so long, maybe I should get one too. Anyway, I'm not going to hold that against you. I will still continue to promote you and work with you. As a matter of fact, at one point in time, when they had their own dance, Uncle would call me or somebody would call me and tell me, come to help them, because I would help them check off at the club, even when it's not a club dance. That's the kind of relationship we had. So I want to congratulate you all. I think it is well deserving. I think you have done a lot for culture in Antigua and Barbuda, and a lot for Carnival, which of course is our premium cultural event. And again, congratulations. Well done. Thank you.
Prime Minister, and to the Fantastic Four, I am delighted. I am absolutely delighted. I was saying to my colleague Chet Green a while ago that, we have a boyhood relationship from the very beginning. I think that there was an elder brother that we used to call Kelman Flames, who was very adept at riding the bicycle and doing the wheelie long before your name was established. So it was Kelman that the boys in the village would admire. Many people would not know as well that the first teenage pageant that we had, one of your sisters, I think it was Julia, placed second runner-up in the tournament in the teenage pageant, and then she did a rendition on guitar of Tinga Stewart's "Stand by Love." Yes. Correct? Yes. So I am very familiar. I used to have to pass your home every Sunday to go to Sunday school at the Potter's Church, and so I became very familiar with all of the family, included your younger sister, we used to call Paul. People call him Bobai now, but it was Bo Boy that he started it. Yeah? I said Rowan McGinley. We even Fox, and I said Rowan a while ago. Fox, I remember your grandfather, he was working at the printery, and he was always somebody I look forward to meeting up at the shop and so on. So I have a very strong relationship to the family. But when you broke on the scene in 1985 with Styly Tight, and even in some of your music, you cataloged some of the historical buildings, even Minute Meal, in the second song, the second hit, which is now the home of APOA. Right? So there are a number of things that you have brought along with you. I know for the period of time when the band was separated, when you announced you're coming back together, ABS gave you, an open welcome and was able to assist you in relaunching the coming back together of the original Burning Flames. I want to say to you now, I pledge now on behalf of the government that ABS is committed to helping you to catalog your own history, not just from the standpoint of the music, but where you came from. Given that there's going to be an additional part of your history with the renaming of the street, we want to be a part of your history and help to write all of that. So I am committing the resources of state media to help you to do that documentary about who you are, where you came from, and why you are who you are. I'd say one final thing about the Burning Flames, and it is an important part of conversations that I have around my breakfast table. And it is this: you are transgenerational. So I have my own personal favorites. My children have their own personal favorites, and I'm sure that the generation that has come after them. So you have been able to transcend a lot of generations in your music. 40 years, it's a long time. It's a great period. I have one friend I know who has a collection of all your music. So if I'm ever nostalgic and miss out on a bit, I can go to him. But you have done great. One final little story I will tell. I was in the Bahamas back in 1992, and I was on a boat cruise where we were having a party, something similar to the Jolly Roger, and the people were going on and were having a good time. And a gentleman from Barbados, he stood up and he said, "This ain't no party. Y'all have not been," 1992, "y'all have not been to a party until y'all have been to a party where the Burning Flames played." And he said it in his own Bajan twang. He was at After Dark in Barbados,
And one night Burning Flames came there and tore up the place. He said he could not believe a band could play for 6 consecutive hours. And that's another feature of your art. The ability for you to play for those long periods without a break and just get people in a frenzy. So congrats, 3 cheers from me. I feel a part of this family and I celebrate your success and feel a part of it.
A few of us on this side come from a different generation, quite apart from those on the other side of the table and this one who's sitting next to me.
Different generation.
However, what Minister Nicholas said is exactly what I wanted to say, is that your music has transcended generations. And usually artists, celebrities, they want to be household names, right? You've gone beyond that. You were a household name back in when? The 90s? You mentioned the 90s or so, the 80s. We were born in the 90s. You're still a household name. We go out to functions, to fetes. Your music comes on. You're seeing the older ones jamming and the younger ones jamming. Those who just finished school, who know your songs. That is such an amazing feat that you have accomplished. And I think what pushes you is that you do it out of love. We're seeing it this way, that you're doing it out of love for the music, the art form, and your people, your fans. And I think that's what sets you apart from many others throughout the region, throughout the world. And I think we're so blessed to have you, the 4 of you. And what Minister Fernandez said, that, 40 years sticking together, that's hard. I'm sure you have your differences. We've heard about a little splitting here and there. I mean, every family has that, right? But at the end, you always come back together, and people are still dying to see the 4 of you perform. And I think what you've accomplished, it's so difficult, for so many who are in the art form to do. And I just want to say thank you. From Antigua and Barbuda, thank you for the contributions to the art form that you have provided. And we look forward to many more years of Burning Flames. I mean, again, another colleague of mine said that you've earned it. You have earned it. This is not just to bestow, just to say we're bestowing this upon you, but you have earned it, and we're so very proud to call you our own. So again, congratulations. I'll be on Burning Flames Highway when you go jamming down there. Me and the PM, of course, we love your music. But the road will be fixed, of course. But of course, oh yes, Minister Fernandez has mentioned that, and you can be rest assured that Minister Nicholas and I, yes, we'll be working together to make sure Burning Flames Highway is one of the most beautiful areas that you can traverse. So again, congratulations. Thank you for all you have done, and congratulations.
PM, I just want to start by saying I agree with the sentiments of all the ministers shared here today, even though some of it was before my time. But PM, today is it's a remarkable achievement, and I want to congratulate, but not only congratulate, but to thank the Burning Flames for their commitment, their passion, their dedication towards this art form for over 40 years. And I don't have a fake claim here to where I say where I come from, because though I grew up in Seaview Farm, that's where my mother is from, I am a Patonian. So, nobody can take that from me. And in fact, where I grew up in Potters, in Teacher Jen's house, is very close. I'm Teacher Jen's grandson. Very close to where you guys are originally from, in Potters. So I couldn't be more proud as a Patonian to be here in the cabinet today, honoring you guys. But I will say here as well, I don't know if Minister Brown, we're the 2 youngest here, if she would have had the experience, we're still younger. If she had the experience of going to Lions Den and so, but I did. And I can say that for me, my carnival has never been the same without Lions Den happening every night. There was not a night that I missed the den. I was always there. I what? No, well, I got it. You know how it is. So, again, it's just to congratulate you for the remarkable work that you would have done. And I can even say here, PM, I think it was, I don't know if it was Samalwin or it was Minister Max who made the comment. Yes, Samalwin, how could we, just preserve Burning Flames forever and ever? I would like to know that, my grandchildren and their children, could come up and be able to have that experience that I did. And I don't know if PM, if maybe, we could go even further, even if we could, try to find maybe a piece of land somewhere that we can dedicate for Burning Flames, maybe even in Potters, if we could find it, to build a band house where they could continue to teach the younger generation coming up, even a museum. So, yeah. So,
That's a good one.
So again, I just want to congratulate you guys, and I wish you, long life and health to continue the work that you do. So, thank you guys.
PM, that I'm happy that we're, as the old people would say, give me my flowers now that I'm alive and acknowledge the work that I have done. My experience with the Burning Flames, I remember as a child growing up, I used to hear my mother and my aunt speak about the days when Burning Flames used to play in Trumpet's band in Param.
Yeah.
And my mother used to talk about they just prepare rice pudding and take to the band, because I don't remember who, but someone in the band loved rice pudding at that time. And just to see the contribution of the music over the years. And one thing always fascinated me is that doesn't matter what Burning Flames say. If Burning Flames say jump, you jump. If they say run left, you run left. And I remember when that song came out, Hurricane Come. I was on Thames Street, and I see a long 20-foot piece of galvanized in the band going. And I stood up and I was like, boy, I can't believe how these gentlemen can just command the crowd to do anything. I command you. And even though there were times that they split, even in the split, they still commanded the music. We had Stand Up for Antigua, we had Papi. It was just a testament to the talent within the Burning Flames. And I'm happy that we're able to acknowledge the work that you've done, and long live the Burning Flames.
This won't happen again.
Joe.
In our lifetime. I would have come up at a time when I was a teenager, when the music really was everything that a young teenage boy would want to hear. And what I want to remark about, apart from the exceptional music that they created, I don't know if they were conscious of it, but it's the preservation of our language in their music.
Sure.
A lot of artists will tend to sound like somebody else.
They're authentic.
But nobody has sounded as authentically Antiguan as Burning Flames. And the way that they preserved our language in their music is something that I always marveled at. And I remember a song right now. I don't know if it was intentional, but I know they used to play on words like that. But I remember when we used to sing it, it sounded like me want wine. Just can't turn up. But I don't know where that came from, but we used to sing it as a something else, because we always believed they were saying something else with that. Yeah. Right? But I know they want something. And it was just the creativity and playing on the way that we expressed ourselves as Antiguans, for me, that made them so unique. So above everything else with the music is the language that I hear that they use while I celebrate them. So congratulations, gentlemen, and keep doing the exceptional work.
As a former chairman of Carnival under Minister Chet Green and Minister Darrell Matthew, we have always had the position that Burning Flames must be a feature of our Carnival celebrations, and we have always ensured that they are involved in the festivities. But on my personal behalf, not many persons know that I was a managing member of the Dynamics Mass Troupe. And we use the Burning Flames every single year as the leading band for Dynamics Mass Troupe. And Dynamics Mass Troupe has been going for over 20 plus years. And we have always used dynamics. And so today is, and also the connection is a family connection. Uncu's children call me Uncle Maurice. Bubai's grandchildren are my nephews. And so it's a family affair. And so it's a proud moment also for myself and also for Antigua and Barbuda. So congratulations to you guys once again.
It's a pleasure on behalf of my two brothers and my nephew. As you know, it's a family thing, and it's a blood thicker than water. So this union going to be here until that day. Nobody's going nowhere. And we really and truly appreciate what is happening now after 40 years. I was to make a Facebook post today and say, how can the same people that's saying this is so deserving, the same people saying other things about, they're making it political. You understand about the PM and he doing this now and he should have done it long time. Come on. Now is the time for everybody to celebrate this. Celebrate this because you say it is well lived. So I see the passports on the table. Right? And I know one of them, belongs to me. And everybody here receiving this passport know there has to be some tweaking in behavior. I'm hoping that everybody realize and know. Like it was said before, doing what we do, it was never about money. If it was about money and business, we all would be multi-millionaires right now. But it's not too late to become a millionaire. It's never too late. We still have life, we have strength, and health, and we understand what's going on now. So, on behalf of my brothers and my nephew again, I prefer saying that than the burning flames, because, we appreciate this, Mr. PM. We appreciate what is happening here, and I know you've been very instrumental in what's happening here.
Good day, everybody. Very quickly, thank you. Thank you very much.
All right.
I just want to say thanks again, and very appreciate what the government has done for us. So thank you very, very much.
Okay. I want to thank the other Prime Minister, Dustin Brown, and his cabinet for giving us this honor. And I'm not going to say you well deserved, and well, you well deserved. But I keep hearing everybody mentioning that a bunch of talented young men from Potters, but we're not talented, we're gifted.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. And I, again, just want to close by thanking you for your contribution over the last 40 years. You'd recognize that within this cabinet, each of us hold you with high esteem, and we acknowledge your gifts and your contributions over the last 40 years. As Minister Joseph indicated, what has been given to you now is earned. This is not a political play. This is a genuine acknowledgement of your contributions towards the art form, your longevity, and the gifts that you've utilized in the last 40 years. So we wish you continued good health and continue to make the people of Antigua and Barbuda happy. I mean, I was in Barbuda recently, didn't quite hear you, but the reviews that I've had is that you literally mash up the place. And you still have it in you. Continue to press on even to new heights. As Uncu says, you still have enough life and energy and strength and good health that you can become multimillionaires in your latter years, and you have the catalog of songs to make it happen.
Exactly.
So we wish you nothing but continued success, and it is my honor now to present these passports to each of you. Let me apologize though before I present these passports for the Minister Matthew is away on official business. As you know, you have this Antigua Day celebration in New York, so you had to travel. So again, congratulations. His Excellency Clarence Edwards, congratulations. Got you? Followed by His Excellency Toriana Onion Edwards. Good.
Alfonso.
Right. You name Alfonso like me, man.
Spell same way.
So, David Alfonso Edwards. Goodbye. Good. And Rowan Watkins. Excellency, congratulations.